What you witnessed. Poor guy can't make any sort of joke while he's in here. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and a polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. This has nothing to do with what you actually witnessed. Imagine my predicament. A clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? That had nothing to do with the... Yes! Thank you! Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. So in the last episode, we were able to determine that basically we had an eyewitness in the form of Ben and his puppet, and they confirmed that they didn't actually see anything after some prodding. We determined that they that not only was there a big period of time where they weren't able to actually be witnesses and actually witness the crime, anything taking place. But they also pointed out that they only saw Max, which is weird. So, yeah. In any case, we're gonna be continuing on because we got another witness that we need to go investigate. So let's just get into it. That's not what I wanted. Thank you. Please just load the game, please, properly. Thank you. December 29th, 11:54 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 5. Sweetie. You have to believe me, I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. So, yeah, you said that. You never left the room. And also, your hat and cloak are on the... Your hat and cloak are right near where the door where they went out. Methinks I know what happened. It absolutely was Russel Berry. We established that. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. And then that didn't happen. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Absolutely. It's right by the door. He probably just grabbed it. Put it on, went out. And then he died while wearing the costume. Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed up in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Fair enough. Which means... It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. It's a possibility. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. Absolutely, it all makes sense. Hehe, wanted that, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? Yeah, that's the part that just doesn't fit, but as I'm saying, it's possible he just kind of grabbed your outfit without thinking about it and just wore it. That's just a possibility. If you think about it, all I found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Yeah, if he winds up not being acquitted, but who knows. Well, I was never quite sure what to do when I grow up. Magician or president? And you chose magician. Smart move. Being president's a rough time right now. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. Actually, it's not that hard. It's a lot harder to be a It's a lot easier to be a magician than it is to become president. There's a lot of... I don't think you're physically old enough to be president. That's why I'm saying that. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Alright, let's talk. December 29th, 12:06 p.m. District Courtroom number 2. Alright, let's dissect this witness. Who is the witness? I'm assuming it's Mo. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. So... yes, it is Mo. Well, Mr. Lawrence Curls, please take the stand. Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? Also, it's not so much that I just realized, but I just put together, and I was just like, I was thinking, is that a reference? Is that a reference that I would know? And as it turns out, yes, it is indeed a Three Stooges reference. Larry, Moe, and Curly. It is indeed his name is a Three Stooges reference. And there he is. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. He's depressed. He's too depressed to talk. In West Clownopedia, born and raised. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited for this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. And of course it fell flat. This is a court of law, man. You're not supposed to make jokes in a court of law. Okay, how about this? Ever seen my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How about that one? But a couple of clowns were retired no good service. Okay. Oh, he's making references to He's making references to what is it called? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's making a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reference every time he gets whipped. That's okay. That is pretty funny. Your name? Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder, correct? Yes. Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian without the humor, please. Oh. Okay. Poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. No, he cannot. Yes, and indeed, Three Stooges. There we go. Spelled it right out in black and white. Thank you, Mod. What you witnessed. Poor guy can't make any sort of joke while he's in here. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and a polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. This has nothing to do with what you actually witnessed. Imagine my predicament. A clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? That had nothing to do with the... Yes! Thank you! Nobody has any... aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh? We will listen to you call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thank you, Miss Von Karma, for keeping us on track just a little bit. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll never hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. I'm sorry. It's just immediately. Immediately, it's Gumshoe. Why is Gumshoe the butt of every joke in this goddamn trilogy? Why Gumshoe of all people? I get it, but that doesn't mean it's any less sad. I'm sorry. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Thank you, Judge. Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Okay, fair enough. Witness testimony. What you witnessed? Okay, this is actually the thing. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. Huh. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Please don't. Please don't. I would very much like to do my job. Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized. Except you haven't quite learned your lesson yet. This is Phoenix Wright we're talking about. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Fair enough. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Alright. The night of the murder after practice is over, I went straight back to my room. Okay. Let's just press everything. You say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See? That's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now 8 o'clock. That's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That's why I can make a good joke. Let's not. Let's not make it 8 p.m., alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clowns out of the clowning around. Come on, Nick. Just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with the factual testimony? You're so boring. I have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. Alright, let's push again. You were pooped that night? Yes, I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese double. Bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that is all I say happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. That was a okay, actually, that made me a little uncomfortable. That made me a little uncomfortable. Okay, because I don't know. I think this is probably obvious if you've seen any kid movie in the past decade or so, but they love their toilet humor and it's kind of not funny. They love their potty joke. They love their toilet jokes and their poop jokes. It's not and it's not funny in the slightest. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. It's just and they keep doing it because poop jokes are funny to kids. Apparently, I have no idea why they're still doing kids movies with that in it. It's just that for whatever reason wound up being an industry standard, and now every kid's joke has to have a toilet joke in it at least some point. Every kid's movie, every single goddamn one. I kid you not. But in any case, let's just move on. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. I've got a good reply, though. That joke was so funny it earned you a penalty. What the hell? I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. Okay. Okay, why am I the one getting penalized here, though? I hate this. I don't think we have any evidence, but we also have to be careful. Press? I'm a little concerned now, since I know that I can be penalized for this. You say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away? That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night. But things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the Ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everybody knows they do. All together now, say it with Uncle Mo. And nobody cares. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza! Enough foolishness, get back on track. Will the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw? I kept watching them and all of a sudden... Okay, so... I think with this guy... Okay. I think I get what I'm supposed to do now. I'm supposed to press on anything where he isn't smiling. Because then he'll be able to make a joke. You just happened to glance out the window? You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. This is gonna be interesting. If I press him, he's probably going to keep going. Should I press him? That's been my go-to so far, but with this guy, he may very well wind up costing me. So I think I want to be careful, but at the same time, why not? Exactly why did you look out your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out the windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday... Once I had tucked myself in the bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that! Mo, you were going to get me penalized. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah? That's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Yeah. That's not something you just forget to mention. Thank you. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables in our favor. Alright, now I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's when I made to look outside. That's when I saw the two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. What did you see, though? Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. Please don't make a joke. Please don't make a joke. Please, for the love of God, don't make a joke. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw. Alright. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. Okay, let's press again. You say you clearly saw this, even though... Alright, we already pressed this. Alright. Well, we already know this. And nobody's willing to go along with this. We already know this. Kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. Except by your own admission, that isn't what... That is. You say you saw the ringmaster get clunked over the head. Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non-sequitur. What would you say that victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night?
Objection!
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Even though... Because if you don't, you know what it is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Oh my god, this is going to kill me. I am going to lose this entire thing, and I'm going to have to start over. Isn't this a bit melodramatic? So, what will be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Of course I do. I absolutely do. Because he literally said, I saw somebody get clumped, or I heard a large thump. But now he's saying that he didn't see the large thump? He said he heard it and then saw it, but if we're going by what he said, then logically Russel Berry would have been hit over the head as Mo was going to look out the window, which means he wouldn't have seen anything. So, of course I do. Alright, I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason? Yes, of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo's able to believe what he says when he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way he could have seen Max clonk anyone. In 1970, your clock car crowns in... Okay. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. But I'm not entirely sure what he's saying. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger the school? Okay. Okay. Okay, this is... Okay, so he's just a big ball of pop culture references, isn't he? All from around the time this game was originally published. That's great. No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog? Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. Prosecution helped me to fill in the gaps of my statement. Interesting. Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again? So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Meaning he got hit on the head. Yep, he was on a permanent vacation, as they say. Please shut up. Thank you. Mr. Curls, Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say that you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over, and I saw someone's silhouette standing next to him. Very well, then please testify to this court what you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. Okay, so does that mean I don't have to worry about, Does that mean I don't have to worry about being penalized for pushing him anymore? It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. The silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Huh. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. Well, whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes? It is decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We'd have to believe in that. Alright, Mr. Wright. Commence your cross-examination. Alright, please tell me I'm not going to be penalized for pushing him now. I really would like it if I didn't get penalized for this. It was a bit far away, but the shadow could only belong to Max. Alright? Don't you think that you're going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. Alright, fair enough. Doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. Alright, press again. Trilla said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max. You're sure of that? Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. Except... the silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. You're sure that it was what you saw that night? Exactly what I said. Says exactly what I saw. It's got eyes like a hawk. Oh, you've got eyes like a hawk. Never mind. I'm sorry, Mo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't birds have terrible night vision? But that's not all I saw. Alright, let's keep pushing. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. Okay. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window. There was a light near the scene of the crime. Right. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye, and an eagle out of my right eye. Well, thank you for the joke, but, our records say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for clearing that. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Fluttering in the wind, you say? So, you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding? That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object, at least it says so in the autopsy report. With Trilla's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer. Nick, you've got to find a contradiction in this. That's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do this. Okay. So the only way to do that is to go into my... Oh, shit. My bad! Fuck! I just caught myself. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Well. That was an oops. Presents? Can I switch to my profile? Yes, I can. I'm gonna. Well then, who could it be? Well, it's obviously not him. Let's be honest, it's obviously not him. But I only have one chance to do this correctly now, so that's gonna be a problem. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could have only belonged to Max. Okay. There's no doubting it, especially since all these symbols. The silk hat, that black coat, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. Well... Shadow could have only belonged to Max. I don't have any evidence I could prove. I don't have any evidence. I don't think I have any evidence. Well, check. Yeah, his 3 symbols, his rose, his cloak, and his hat. I need to... I need to... I'm pretty sure... His face was silhouetted, but there's no doubt it was him. I only have one shot at this. I know it's Russel Berry. I know it's Russel Berry. I know I'm supposed... And goddamn it! I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay. Well... And now I gotta go back. Fuck. I hit the button by accident. That was my mistake. Well, at the very least, I know what to do now, so I can go back through real fast, right? That's how it works, right? Right, let's do that. Okay, I'm back, and also I found out something while I was doing that. Apparently when Von Karma asks you if you have anything wrong with it, if you answer incorrectly, she takes all of your stamina regardless of how much you have. I now have all of the stamina I had going into this, and it would have cost me 5. So I'm assuming if you have a full bar at the start, it could have caused problems. Well, if he was wearing the hat, then you wouldn't have been able to clearly see his face from his window, right? So let's go with the hat if we can. He would have been wearing this. His face was silhouetted, so he wouldn't have been... I'm just grasping at straws here. I'm just gonna be careful and see if this works. It probably won't, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Well, fuck. That didn't work. I'm stuck. There's no doubt it was him. Resent. There's gotta be something. There's gotta be something here. A fabulous musician. Do I need to look it up? I'm very confused. I don't have information. I don't have enough information to go... Well, I do, but I don't. I have a picture of the crime scene, which doesn't really tell me anything. A made-to-order hat, that's obviously wrong. Documents relating to Max, this isn't going to help at all. This was broken on the cafeteria floor. This no doubt is not going to help me at all. Since this would have resulted in Max being away from the crime scene, since he would have been called in for his behavior, but I doubt this would help in any capacity. I really don't want to screw this up, and I think I'm gonna look it up. I think I'm gonna look it up because I don't know, and I'm low on stamina, so which concerns me. So I'm gonna look it up and see which one of these I'm supposed to present. Because I am stuck. Okay, I looked it up. Okay, I looked it up. Let's see. I need to go present and present this poster here. That'll do her. Okay. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yay, everyone get ready. All together now? Silk hat, cloak, white roses. What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? Lisa was the one who saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I love pie. Okay, he's rejecting the dishes pie now. Science fool, your order is spot with the whole truth. No fractions. Order. No, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw.
Objection!
Okay, then. Crime scene was dark. It was obviously too dark to see that kind of detail.
Objection!
Even though you just said, the one who said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention all the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them.
Objection!
Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Alright, Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Yes, clearly not. He is just toying with his court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone's toying out with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilla's testimony? There's no way I could make someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Okay. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose sticking up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing those snobby 3-piece... That's such a snobby 3-piece getup? Okay. Trilla saw them all. Trilla saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims that there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Alright. We got a point. We got a point here. Now what am I supposed to think? Well, I'm supposed to disregard the pointless, but this... Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witnesses stated that without doubt he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there is no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? Alright. Well, so I have to be very careful. Nick, this is your last chance. Alright. The silhouette part 2. Okay? There's no doubt in my mind, there was no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could fit seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Except not because it was found at the scene of the crime. So, there we go. That's my contradiction. I already know what I'm doing here. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance? I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove that there's a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. Fair enough. I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I need. Yeah, especially since I know what it is. We know the hat fell off. We know for a fact that the hat fell off. No white roses, however, all the other symbols were there. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene, except not. We know this because it fell off. It was found at the scene of the crime. If it were actually gone, if he had actually taken it with him, it wouldn't be there. So, yeah. Present.
Objection!
This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat that he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly. How would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma? Where exactly was the silk hat found? Unless you always ask these questions, it was found at the crime scene. And you just answered your own question. Thank you. The crime scene? That means... The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testifies to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. No, that's not true! Okay, we got evidence. We got evidence. Order, order, order! Mr. Curls! Yes, Your Honor. What's the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave yourself like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go in and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting, moving around doesn't... Okay, he's younger than you. Wow, sub. Okay, that was an entire rant, and I just missed the whole thing. That was a hell of a rant. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have the roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He's turned out to be a brave little kid. Yeah, he's definitely throwing a bit of a tantrum here in the courtroom. I'll give him that. It's pitiful, isn't it? I left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene. What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went. What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Objection!
Mr. Fiensroy is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
Objection!
This witness testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like a little baby. Yeah, Mo's pissed. Don't piss off the clowns, children. This is what happens. Don't piss off clowns. Besides, what kind of stupid question is, how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you to say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter her story as to how the criminal left the scene? Yes, the crime scene itself. Because there is no evidence of the fact that he left. There's nothing.
Take that!
Look at this picture. No footprint. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They are there. Aye. So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor? This witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second! Now he's upset. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. This time? You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see what this Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes? The testimony you've provided up until now has been false? It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused at the bit of the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. And again, she's preventing the witness from actually doing his job. Good job, Miss Von Karma. You have ruined yet another witness. Order! I will have order. Francisco Von Karma, how could you? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. Okay, that's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls. Ha! You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Try not to waste your time with your idiotic... waste our time with your idiotic dribble. Okay. Alright, the truth. This is gonna be interesting. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows! Everything I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's what I saw. Yeah, that's about what I expected. This is the truth now. Get ready for this. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He threw right off and disappeared in the darkness. And that's why it's nutty. That's why there are no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. Okay, and that's why he's entirely convinced that what he saw was indeed Max Galactica, because Max Galactica can fly, at least as part of his act. So it makes sense, at least it should. That's probably why the testimony got dismissed by Von Karma. She thought he was crazy, but if you actually saw Max's act, you would know that it's not a ruse. And yes, I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? And Phoenix is panicking because he knows that that's indeed 100% true. And everything is silent. Well, that was, how do you put it into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of the crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why won't you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story? To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. That's fair. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? Ooh. Telling the truth? Telling the truth is obviously going to be wrong, since we know that his eyes were playing tricks. This is all a dream, right? Sounds like it's a joke, so there's no way. If I say he's telling the truth, it's just going to end the court then and there. But actually we know from multiple accounts that his eyes were playing tricks on... No, we've established that he has 20/20 vision, and that's one's... Ooh. He's telling the truth, that's gonna be... This is going to kill me, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because... This is gonna... Well, there's no way he's... Well, there's no way he's lying. Eyes playing tricks on him, that's just gonna be... We have no clues that his eyes were playing tricks. He saw this firsthand, so there's no way his eyes were playing tricks on him. Telling the truth, I mean, it's probably gonna cost me some points, and I'm probably gonna lose this, but telling the truth seems like the only way this is gonna work. What he just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he is telling the truth? That's what I think. Nick, wait. That means that Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Yow! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. That's a fair point. Alright, I suppose I will let you all into my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared in the sky. I'd love to believe that. But I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen. That's fair. You imbecile! If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. Okay. And that's how it, Well, this is gonna be interesting, isn't it? December 29th, 2:33 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. This is gonna be fun. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't just mean ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. Okay, that's fair enough. That's about what I expected it to be. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Okay, so that's how it actually... Yeah, I figured that was how it actually works. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break your magician's creed and never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. And that's gonna be the end of it, isn't it? To be continued, yeah. Okay, so... Alright. Well, that's gonna be interesting. So, we have a bit of a basis to go on. Going forward, we have a bit of a basis to go on. Basically, we need to figure out why Max was able to fly, what happened that caused the criminal to fly, and we know it's not Max, since Max openly admits that he would need special equipment to be able to do that, which means that the criminal would have also had to have used special equipment and would have rigged it up in place, meaning this would have had to have been premeditated. This murder would have had to have been planned, if that were the case. And Max clearly didn't plan this ahead of time, so it begs the question of who did? Who actually planned this out and actually wanted to kill Max Galactica? Who wanted to actually frame Max Galactica? That's the question. Who would obviously somebody from the court has to know that was his shtick. Somebody would have had to have known that was part of his act. Which means it's obviously someone we're looking for somebody we're obviously looking for a member of the circus because they would have actually have known what was going on. They would have actually have known that was part of his act. So, we're going to have to figure that out next time, but I think I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also, be sure to check out my Patreon in the description below as well. It's only a couple bucks a month. It really helps you out, and you guys get access to a bunch of cool perks that I'm always saying thanks. So be sure to check those out in the description below as well. But in any case, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!